This is the seated hover, knees bent. So I've got my feet out in front of me, but my knees are bent. So feet are close enough to have the knees bent. And then I'm just pressing up through some blocks, or you can use the floor if your arms are long enough to get my butt to leave the floor and then just hover up in the air. Well, as I'm doing that, shoulder posture matters. So let's make sure. Well, I'm using blocks if my hands are just too short for the ground, but if your arms are long enough, use the ground. Otherwise, use some either yoga blocks, a stack of books as long as the same height on either side, or some push-up handles, something that you can use to just help you leave the floor there and get that extension. So I'm going to put these blocks right next to my sides so that my hands are right below my shoulders. I don't want them behind my shoulders. I don't want to hold an impingement in my shoulder there with the elbow behind me. What I want the hands right by my sides, so when I'm up, my shoulders are not holding an impingement the whole time. So blocks are right by my sides, hands are right below the shoulders. I'm then going to lift my chest up, and like I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back and down to try to get them into my back pockets there. I'm already starting to get a little bit of a lift there, okay? And then I'm going to complete that lift by just extending my elbows up in the air. With my elbows straight, shoulders are engaged back and down, squeezing down to those back pockets. My head's up back, nice and tall through the back of my head. My spine's up tall through the back of my head, nice and straight. And you just hold it for as long as you've been instructed for, whether it's a count or if it's a short count and you're doing it for reps. You can do this for a little bit of reps here. At that point, you're kind of starting to fall in a little bit of dips here. But the hold is really where I love to spend time and doing this seated hover with your knees bent.